everyone, this is Kaylin from Rhythm. Today we are really very excited to welcome our special guest on this episode, Ling Er. Ling Er, she's a professional triathlete, Ironman, or you can call her Iron Woman from Singapore. She's not unfamiliar with in the triathlon community, having broken the Singapore Ironman record and being the fastest Southeast Asian female for 70.3 and a full Ironman as well. So in today's episode, you will hear about her story of overcoming, and you also hear about some tips of training, to become a pro. So if there's someone who is looking to become a pro, stay tuned. So now let's welcome Ling Er, please.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
My
Ling
name is
Er.
Ling. Yes. So, to clarify thing, I'm a full-time triathlete, still reaching age group. I'm still not a pro yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. To me, you are a pro.
Yeah. But I've been racing full-time for 6 years. So I hope my experience today can actually help a lot of the beginners or people who hoping to take it seriously and to get into a different step and to move up the levels.
Yeah, I'm sure the knowledge and your experience or what you're going to share later will help a lot of us. Yeah, maybe we can start off with like understanding you as in your journey into the triathlon, maybe how you have started, how long have you been in the sport, and then really what motivates you to have been really training, like especially you say full time for the past 6 years.
Okay, I'll try to summarize it. So, been I'm always into sports since young. So, having playing badminton for my whole primary and secondary school life. So, poly, I decided to go and do something outdoors. So, I joined the track and field team. Then I injured and have to lay off for 3 months, have a foot injury. So, I learned to swim to make sure I still doing something cardio. And then I joined into school biathlon. Over there, I met a lot of multi-sports athletes. That's where they influenced me to sign up for to get a bike and sign up for triathlon. And ever since the first time when I joined the Aviva Half Ironman in Singapore, I fell in love with endurance sports. Yeah, and from there I found there's this thing called the World Championship, and I've been obsessed with it since chasing for qualification, both the half and full Ironman. So when I qualify, being the first Singapore to qualify the second time, Kona Ironman World Championship in 2014, and I went to do it 2015. I was given a chance to to train full time because as you said, I have a very bad injury accident back in 2010, which basically paused my life for like 8 months. I broke both my legs. And to come back and qualify, to become the first Singaporeans to qualify twice, my friends and family thought that I should take this seriously and give it a try and see how it goes. And I almost lost my life during the accident. So I told myself, why not just do it? So yeah, it's
Wow.
been 6 years since, so I never look back.
Wow. What a story of really the ups and downs that you have been through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but throughout this journey, right? I mean, be it in the sport full time for 6 years, and then you also went through a very fatal injury. What motivates you, actually, or maybe what do you always say to yourself in order to continue on this sport? Because we know that Ironman or even triathlon, it's one of the toughest multi-sport in the world.
Yeah, so the more you train, the more you know your body. So when I come to a point where training come very easily already. To start off is very easy, but to sustain in long hours of training and even in the race, right, it's all about mental already for me. So at different stage of you leading up to a race, which is your goal, you have to find different motivations, which you create yourself through your own experience and things like that. For me, a very unique one is because during that 8 months, when I was on wheelchair, crutches, and walker, every single morning when I wake up, I hope I don't see my wheelchair or crutches beside my bed before I open my eyes. But when I open my eyes, they are there. So for right now, right, every day in the morning when I wake up, I feel tired. I just need to think back of the 8 months of the dark days. The next thing you know, I'll be out training even when I'm tired or very sore from the day before, and smiling to myself when I'm in pain, because these are the things that make me feel alive right now.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
and we have days where I've done I've done so many races, and before I got my second qualification, it took me 3 years to qualify, and that 3 years I missed out 5 races by one slot to Kona World Championship, and I use it as a fire during my training. I tell myself it's either I suffer during training or I suffer during race, and that is another motivation for me during my training. And
Mm.
it add up. There's a lot at different phase of the whole 3 or 6 months or 7 months season for you. Yeah. And during races, I also have my own motivation. Like my friends and family give me no excuse. They allow me to train with all I have. I got all the time in the world to train. I have no excuse to give up at a race already. Everyone do whatever it takes to get me there. My job is to finish and get it done. So yeah.
Is your family really supportive of you going in full time into Ironman? I mean, to train?
Yeah, they have no complaint. They accept it, and then they treat it as nothing when I go out and training. So it's like me going out for work already. So
So you're used to really spending hours, which is quite unconventional, right? I mean,
mm,
um, training for a sport like that. Yeah, and I can see that you have used a lot of your darkest days
mm,
to kind of transform this energy into what drives you every single day, where the training hours are very tough and very intense.
mm,
Yeah. And I also learned that, your clarity of a goal, having Kona as the ultimate goal then was what drives
mm,
you every single day, because the fear of not qualifying it is worse than maybe waking up early and all the tough injuries or the painful moments that you were training
mm,
in your sport, right? Yeah. Maybe I can touch maybe I ask you a bit more about the technical details, right? I mean,
mm.
triathlon is quite a unique sport because it has swim, then we cycle, and then we run, right? How do you focus firstly to have different training, and also how do you like maybe segment your time to train with these three different, very different categories?
Okay, because I do this full time, so basically I spend like 5 8 hours every day just dedicate to training. So I have no problem dedicating trainings time for my trainings, but to balance out the swim, bike, and run, right? The first thing that when I turn full time, we realize that I need, right, is a coach.
Mm.
So I won't be working on my weakness, working on my strength and just leave my weakness apart. So I need someone to organize my swim, bike, and run across the week. So it's more balanced, and yeah, so I won't be overtrained and things like that to make sure. Because for me, right, the thing is I always feel that I don't do enough. So
Mm.
I need someone to hold me back. Instead, a lot of the other weekend warrior, because of job and family, they are like they are not training enough. But for my case, it's the other way around. Yeah, and then yeah, it's very important to have a coach to make sure you have a throughout the whole week you have a balanced swim bike run. And the good thing with having three sports is because if ever you get a minor injury, you can always switch over just swimming or no impact in cycling like that, which is
Mm.
which is something that I really love about triathlon. So
Mm.
you don't need to really lay off and things like that. And doing an Ironman race, right? I don't find it boring because every time when I get off a certain leg, I feel refreshed instead of just running an ultra marathon or 100 km, just running. But I feel like when I swim, I come out, I feel refreshed. Okay, I'm so excited to get on the bike. Then when I get out, tired of the bike already, okay, I get off the bike already. Then, oh, finally on the ground, so I start running. Then I feel fresh again. Yeah.
Wow,
So
this
it's
is
a kind of like keep me keep moving instead of just doing one thing. Mm.
And it's a bit more exciting to kind of have a range of different categories in one sport, right?
Yes, and I have different training partners for each different discipline also. So,
Oh, okay.
um, so I
Explain
won't get
about,
bored
yeah, then you
seeing
have a
the
lot of
same
friends.
people, same people at the same day. So, yeah,
True,
I don't
true,
want to
true.
offend my training partner, but yeah, true enough, I don't get bored of seeing them do my too many times.
That's true, that's true. Seeing someone of too much me actually has some
Especially the 6 hours
therapy.
ride, 7 hours ride. After the ride already, I don't want to see you anymore for the next few days.
Then,
Yeah.
I mean, how would you actually go about? I mean, you talk about picking a coach, right? How do you go about picking one and then finding one that suits you?
Actually, my husband Alan was the one who picked my first training coach. Someone who's very good with athlete coming back from very bad injury, because I was still dealing with my broken, having to balance out my left and right after I broke both of them in an accident. So after 2 years with her, we feel that it's time for me to get on to a different level. That's where I changed to Yegan Zeb, who's based in Phuket, who is pretty famous, having to break Kona bike course record during his time. Now, of course, it got break last year by Ferdino or maybe someone else. I can't remember. So,
Mm.
yeah. So
Looking,
yeah.
yeah,
Then so with his experience, he's more of an old school kind of guy. So very long hours, 30 to can be hit up to 25 to 30 hours a week during my peak season. So and that brought my mental level up a bit. And right now I'm currently with Brad, who's a Commonwealth athlete and Olympian triathlete, and he's more of a top speed guy because I feel that my endurance is there, but I need someone with a different shorter distance speed to help me balance out my whole racing field. Yeah.
mm. So you pick the coach according to really what are your needs at the moment of your training, and also like what are the milestones you have already hit, such that you need someone,
Yes,
yeah, who's
exactly.
even better, right, to be able to train to the
Mm,
next level.
mm.
Yeah. Is there any like specific like performance metrics that you look for in training actually?
I'm somebody who likes to follow a routine.
Okay.
So I don't like to think so much in my end and um just looking at my training like 2 days after the rest. I'll just leave it to my coach and I'll just look at it 2 days before that, what I'm supposed to do, plan out my next 2 days, and I'll just do it and make sure I turn everything green on the training peak. So I'm like a perfectionist also. So I make sure whatever he said, I'll do exactly. Even I'll never go like below the distance here or timing he asked me to do is either over or just nice.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
I'm a
Because
very easy athlete, man. So
you very, very disciplined and
yeah,
you
yeah.
follow your coach very diligently lah. Because whatever he say, you
Mm,
just do. Just having
yes.
the trust that what he plans for you is going to bring you to where you are.
Yes. And I believe that there's no secret to Ironman training. So anyone can have my same training program. It's the athlete who doing the workout, the mentality, the way you approach it, how you learn, how you get to know yourself better, get the most out of it, and eventually during the race, it's a different ball game really. Yeah.
Mm, mm. Since I'm hearing that you really train so many hours a week, we're talking about 20 plus, 30 plus hours a week.
Mm.
How do you actually recover your body?
Oh, I go Cairo. I'm very fortunate. Cairo Works, Dr. Gary has been helping me since 2016. So since I go to him twice a week, I haven't have any major injuries. So he able to fix. Once I feel there's a problem, he's able to fix it within like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I go sports massage once a week, and then I stretch a lot, especially I go yoga stretch also. So day to day I also do my own stretching like 2 to 3 times a day, yeah, to make sure there's no injury.
Do you have a special diet or do you control
uh
your diet?
Oh no, I'm a vegetarian.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
but
oh,
I still eat eggs and drink milk. Yeah,
okay, to get your
just
nutrition.
avoid the meat. Yeah,
Mm,
but
mm.
then other than that, I just try to avoid. I like to think of um. Well, for diet, I always want to think like, what can I eat to help me instead of thinking like what I cannot eat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different mindset. So for me, because I train so much, right, and I spend so much time pushing a lot, right, and I
Mm,
always tell myself that I don't want to put junk food or anything into my body. I want things that can help me recover faster, help me push through the next session. So it's so much easier when you think that way instead of, "Oh, I cannot eat that, I cannot eat this." Yeah.
mm, mm. Wow, that's actually a mindset shift for me.
Yeah.
When you say that, think about what
Yeah.
fuels your body so that it can help you train
Yes.
better, right? More
Yes. So
efficient.
yeah,
Okay.
the human mind is very easy to trick one. You just need to always find different angles to work with. The next thing you know, you'll be pushing harder, you'll be forgetting your pain, and you'll be like, okay, this easy, I can do this, I can go on this diet, I can be strict and things like that.
Mm,
Yeah.
nice. Do you have days that you wake up and you like very lazy? You know, like or maybe just the not a good day for you to want to train.
I definitely do have, especially when you day in day out been doing waking up at 4 5 a.m. morning. Like I said, I have very good motivation building up all these years also, but it's more like not being lazy but listening to my body because I've I have how to say so my coach have been um putting this in my mind that I'm doing more than what is needed. So it's okay sometimes to step back. So I accepted the fact that when that happened to me, that I'm lazy and what, it's something I have to do is either I'm overtrained or I'm sick or I really needed a break. So when that happened, I'll just drop a text to my coach and we will think maybe I will sleep in for another 1 2 hours and we'll do something else. But the thing is because I'm not working, so I can still push it another 2 or 3 hours. But it's very different for people who has a 9 to 5 job and things like that. So I'm still all right. I still get through all my trainings.
Wow, I hear what you say is that if there are really days like uh not so good days that doesn't help you to wake up to that routine, right? Then it's really you are your body is reflecting and telling you something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there were a couple of experiences when I'm I'm going to get a flu or maybe something someone upset. I didn't know until in the morning where I feel that something is not right. And true enough, like within half a day later it hit me. So, but it's true experience and knowing your body more, then I realized that it's not being lazy, but your body is really trying to tell you something.
Mm.
Yeah.
How does this knowing your body come about? I mean, just now you also spoke about knowing your body was one of the
Yes, it's very important.
benefits.
It's because a lot of people actually ask me about races nutrition
Mm.
and um technical chafing and all that.
Ah.
Yeah, it's through long hours of training where I find a very good pattern. Yeah, so I have done so many race simulation leading up to Ironman. My favorite break training is 120 km ride and running off 21K. That I will do that like 5 6 7 times before my Kona Ironman. During that session, I know day in day out at how my body feel. I know when I'm going to bong. I know when I'm going to get a cramp. So during the race, I know how I'm going to react. Can I be able to push another 2 or 3K without water? I know exactly because I have done this in training also. I'm not a nutritionist, so it's really through practice and practice, practice. Then you get the real formulation. The breakfast have to do it, get it right. Your before swim start nutrition to get it right, and what are the brands that you can use, what are the brands that you cannot use. Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Mm. Even your gears and your race suit, everything has to know because um, the chafing can actually cause you really painful during an Ironman, especially you're talking about 12, 14 hours race. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Do you have any advice for, let's say people who are listening in and wanting to become a full-time like you?
If you want to do something right, go for it. Dreams and goals and challenge will only be words if you don't take action. Okay, life is short. Yeah, if you have the opportunity, grab it and don't ever look back.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yes. Yes. We always say, right, we only have one life to live. And I
yes,
can really see that you are living the life that you are dreaming of already. And then I can sense that passion and, that drive every single day. Yeah.
yes. And once you take a leap, okay, don't think about the end result. Um, whether you fail or you succeed. The main thing is looking forward to the experience that will lead you to your goal. The people you're going to meet, like I always say, you getting to know yourself so much better, and the good and bad experience. At the end, if you really get what you want, it's a bonus. If not, it's okay. Everyone make mistake. Everyone fail. It's all about getting back and doing it again. You know, no one, no one has a book that actually write how you're going to write runs your whole life. You know, there's no proper way. You have to take your fate into your hand and decide what you want exactly. Yes.
Nicely said. Nicely said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me is when I decided to take the lead, right, the most important thing is my family and my husband. They agree, I agree. Even my best friends and friends, right, even they don't agree, right, I don't need to care. No, I don't want to upset them about, but in the end, right, family and my husband, these are the people that I love. These are the words that I just need to know. Even if I'm the worst, lousiest athlete, right, they allow me, I don't need to care what. You know
Mm,
what I mean?
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you have
Yeah.
to live with it. Yeah.
Wow. And I mean, really, really very blessed for you to have a very, very supportive family and
Mm.
husband as well to be along this journey with you.
Yeah. They are my one of my biggest motivation. So every time when I race, I'll think about them, and then I have to get through the finishing line for them. No walking. Yes.
So, 2020 has been a rather wrecking year for a lot of athletes, a lot of cancelled races, a lot of
Mm.
shifted goals, I would say, a lot of delayed goals. And so for 2020, since we are already ending the year right now and starting a new year afresh, do you have any aspirations and goals for 2021?
Mm-hmm. Oh, 21.
Ah,
Okay.
21.
Of course, I cannot wait to race. But right now, I will only, I'm a very, how to say, practical person. I will only worry about things that I can control. So right now is a very good, this year is a very good time where I earn a little bit more money. I started teaching spinning also and switch my focus to a lot of my friends and family and my dogs and focus on my weakness more, like strength and my swim, which is my weakness. And 2021, right? I don't know. I have not raced for 1 year, so I did a minor ankle operation since last year after Kona. So I mean, my training has been fine, but it's still 70% right now, just conditioning. So waiting for a race, and I'm really, really very excited to see how this 1 year I've been working at my weakness, right, will get me through for next year. Will I be able to break another record or break more PBs and possibly finally get a top five in Kona? So that is my ultimate goal, top five in Kona. And I'm not afraid to tell anyone, like I said, that I'm not afraid if I fail or I reach my goal. It's all about the journey leading up.
Mm,
So yes.
wow. And I really wish you all the best. I really hope that all the races will resume next year very, very soon. And
Yes, and we can
yeah,
travel.
yes, and we can travel, and then all the goals that you have set for 2021 can
Mm.
be attainable since if the races are all resumed. Yeah, Ling Er, thank you so much for agreeing to come to talk to Rhythm team and also like sharing your heartfelt journey with us. I hope
Yes.
you know listeners here who actually are looking at the video here have actually learned something from you. Yeah,
Mm.
and if you haven't followed Ling Er, please do follow her on Instagram. She really has very nice pictures taken by
Yeah.
her husband and all. I really love to see her pictures. And also a
Yeah.
lot of the motivation and a lot of her thoughts that she shared about her journey through this sport as well. Yeah, so thank you for
Yes.
your time today.
Thank you for having me. And yeah, if you got any questions, if anyone has any question, you can drop me a message on my Instagram. Thank you.